Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to HOI4 as we are playing as Greece. So we are starting out here a day, I think it's been about a day later than we ended the last episode. That's because I accidentally unpaused it. And because I'm recording these two episodes, these two weekend episodes back to back, I did not have a save to go back to. So what's going on over here in India? I saw that there was a conflict that broke out there. Okay, so basically this is the part of the British focus tree where they create those subjects. Well, I thought they were subjects, but apparently they're not. Okay, well that's interesting. Anyways, this is gonna happen in all the previous dominions, and so we'll see that happen in South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, and in Canada as well. So we got the reviving the double-headed eagle. That's giving us some more war support that we didn't really need. But hopefully those decisions will be helpful for us. So we could go to this next one here. Replace political instability with state of the nation. Basically we'll get more political power. And then that new national spirit we just got will be improved with 10% more non-core manpower and more war support. So the non-core manpower would be helpful. But as I was saying, there are a lot of other things that we need to get. And this will also help with recruitable populations. I think we're going to do that next. Because I want to get that last land doctrine, and I want to make sure we're using the research bonus so that we can, make the best use of our army experience. We also got a research slot that opened up. I forgot to mention that. That was one thing that happened in that one day, the 24 hours. We got the improved computing machine, so we got that researched. So let's go ahead and get something else selected. We're already doing the 1940 improved small airframe. We are not in 1941 yet. There's not really anything else we need here besides going after the radar, which obviously that would be helpful, but there's so many other things that we need to get. I suppose we should get another tech that would coincide with getting this. Yeah, we get this right before, so we can add that to the new airplanes we'll be designing. So this will be done in 62 days. It makes a lot of sense to go ahead and grab that. Could have also gone with the range improvements. I do like getting those drop tanks for the fighters. Increase their range. That's pretty helpful. But yeah, I've already set up the troops to move to their locations. As of right now, I'm expecting the next conflict to be against the Allies. Like I said, it's going to be a while before we actually attack them. I built a line here with just 5 divisions for now. We got the line here, and that's 9 divisions. And then we got the line here as well, which it looks like this got a little bit messed up here because France gained back some of their territory. We did get the ability to get the last land doctrine, but we're going to wait, just hold on to that army experience for now. Did we ever get, let me just take a look here. We're still working on it, the logistic companies, so we'll want to add those. And I don't think we have the ability to improve the hoplites at all. I wanted to add another mountain unit here, but yeah, we just don't have the capacity at this moment. Somebody noted that our hoplites were our mountain troops, which is funny because of the fact that that style of fighting was not very good in mountainous or hilly terrain. But yeah, the reason why I did that is because the person who made that suggestion said that we should use hoplites for one of our elite infantry divisions, which is all we have here for elite infantry currently. But yeah, we do need to make adjustments there. We got the fuel refining 1. All right, excellent. So you can see how that's already had its effect here. And I don't think we're going to need to go any further down here right now, though we do need rubber. Rubber is going to be a problem. So eventually we're going to want to go down here. But I don't know that we're going to want to do that right now because there's so many other things that we could be getting. Like we could be getting the radar, but of course we can't really build those. And unfortunately we can't build those. But eventually you're going to want to get that. There are naval techs as well for us to get, though I think there's some research bonuses we could be getting on that front. We should probably get military police because we're occupying a ton of territory right now, and that's where all of our manpower and equipment is currently going. That's why we have such a huge problem here. We don't have the manpower equipment. That's causing a lot of issues, guys. We could end up facing a full-on rebellion here, and France has capitulated already. Well, that didn't take very long. And I'm going to keep on clicking on this, trying to see if we can get air doctrines or naval doctrines. But yeah, we don't want to do that land doctrine just yet. What are we waiting for? the 250. So I should have already taken this, but it's messed me up because of the fact that we have all these other decisions available here. So let's go and take the 250 to befriend the communists. That takes 120 days to do that. We can illegally default on our debt. Such a drastic action could have unintended consequences beyond the severing financial ties between us and our debtors. Now, we've already paid off half of it. We didn't actually pay off half of it, but that was that one focus or whatever it was that reduced it. Maybe it was a decision. I recall. But yeah, I don't know what we're going to do here. If there's any other way to get rid of this, maybe through a focus. Because yeah, we're still taking that one penalty somewhere here. That one. So we're still losing stability and civilian factories because of that. But there is no option to actually pay it off now. So we'll have to see what happens. But here's the Restore Byzantium decision, which we should have took that as soon as we got that focus done. So this is going to result in us becoming the National Union of Greece. I think we will actually be called the Byzantine Empire, because that's what we're currently called, as the National Union of Greece. Moves the capital Istanbul. Istanbul is going to become a core. It'll be renamed to Constantinople and will gain cores on all Greek and Turkish states. All right, so that's incredibly helpful. That'll fix a lot of our issues. And so yeah, now we're the Byzantine Empire. And I think the whole naming thing just doesn't work properly in the tooltip. We got a nice purple color as well. So that's beautiful. And we have cored all this territory, so that should help us immensely with the manpower and resources and factories. Just about everything is going to be fixed by that. I don't know if that includes over here, though. It does not include over here. That's interesting. So we don't have cores there, but we do have, well, now these are all considered occupied states still. That's interesting. Do we not get our cores? Does it take time? I'm not sure. Maybe we have to wait for that event to fire. See if this changes. It still says it's an occupied state, so I'm not entirely sure how that works. But we do have the decisions to get these resources. Let me just take a look and see how we're doing on resources. We could always do with more oil. We also need tungsten. We're very good on chromium, obviously, because we have all of Anatolia, which has a lot of chromium. Could always use more steel too. Okay, so some of these we don't need to have checked, the chromium ones, but we can do the steel and the oil one here. So yeah, we'll do both of those. They do require those civilian factories, of course, but that's okay. And it looks like it got cored, because we just got, or at least something's cored. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what's going on there, but yeah, we just got all these military factories and all that manpower, so it must have cored. All right, so let's go and get these 5 factories assigned wherever we need them here. Let's fix all these shortages. Really should probably prioritize the infantry equipment to get that shortage dealt with so we can take those one decisions. And also, let's build up the fighters as well. We have dockyards available, which, again, we're just currently building submarines. And I think we're going to continue with that. Still have to repair some dockyards and factories. Probably took a lot of damage here. And we're going to continue to take damage up here. It does look like our issues have been dealt with, though. Because, you know, with the manpower, that was one thing we were short with. But the equipment, okay, is actually dealt with as well. We don't need as much for garrisons now. So we got all that equipment back. All right, so we should be able to take those decisions, right? What do they require? 25? Yeah, 25 political power. We just need the support equipment. Okay. So I didn't realize that we were in the surplus here. So let's actually pull back on the infantry equipment and put it into the support equipment then. Try and fix our shortage there. We can also start building units, but first let's take this damn decision because yeah, we need that equipment to do it. And so let's just stockpile for a little bit first. We did get the logistic company. Also going to have to wait to put those in place. The military police might be beneficial to put those in place immediately to help out with the garrisons and just need less equipment overall. But yeah, we have to wait though until we get that support equipment stockpile before we can do the logistic company. Got to take that decision, guys. I want to get that knocked out. So we could start working on the tanks, because we will want to get some tanks in this campaign. We should be doing much better both in manpower and in our production now. I suppose we can go and get the range improvements. Yeah, we'll get that real quick. though we will have this here in a couple days, and we'll design those planes. All right, so let's go and get two techs selected, because we'll get the next one done here in a day. Could go after the research speed bonus there for atomic research, but I don't think that's the best use of our research right now. We're going to have rubber troubles. I'll tell you that right now, guys. So let's go in and go after the rubber processing, and maybe we'll get some synthetic refineries built up. Because, yeah, we don't want to have to depend on anybody else for rubber, because we might not be able to. If we're fighting the British, they're going to control the seas, and so we're not going to be able to get any rubber. And they actually control quite a bit of the world's rubber supply as well. So now we just need to wait a day for this one to finish up. And we're going to go ahead and design the planes. We will not wait for that one. We'll just have to make an adjustment there. So could work on the ship stuff. I know there are some research bonuses. I don't want to focus too much on the fleet in this campaign, but you know, we've got dockyards. Doesn't make any sense to just build submarines. I don't think we should only work on those. But we also need the tanks, so let's do the tanks first. And then we need to design our new planes. So we'll do these fighters first. And I feel like these have got to be called Heraclius. I feel like he's got to be the name of a fighter. Give him that same icon as the previous fighter. You know, let's go and get this engine put in place so we know how we're looking on max speed and thrust. Of course, you can do the two engines. Yeah, that's not really going to help us that much. So it's going to increase our fuel usage, which fuel shouldn't be a problem, but I'm more worried about the production. So yeah, we only need to go with the one engine. So we'll go ahead and switch that up to get a higher max speed here. And then let's go ahead and get the machine guns put in place. You know what? I think we're going to go ahead and do just the two for now. So I think that's good. Try and keep the production costs a little bit lower rather than put more air attack onto it. Also, that would reduce the max speed, so something to consider as well. So I think this is good. Let's go and save that. And then we're going to want to decommission both of these ones here, and then switch up the Justinians to the Heraclius. So next we need to do the close air support. Should probably design a naval bomber as well now that we have a bit more factories. I think that would probably be wise. So yeah, let's go and take the improved small airframe and get ourselves some close air support, which I think we're going to name these. Let's do the Leo this time. So I think this is how our Leos are going to look. So we could, of course, add a lot more here, guys. If we wanted to go with we couldn't go with the small bomb bay without also having to increase the engine, but we could do that. Further reduce the agility and put better engines on there, but it's going to get incredibly expensive. I'm just going to show you what this would look like if we added that on there. You'd have to get the bigger engine. So you could do this one, but you're going to lose a lot of max speed. So basically, you got to do this one. And so you're looking at a production cost of 45. So that's pretty expensive, guys. Now, given they'll have a close air support of 24, so that's a ground attack, I should say, of 24 when they're doing the close air support mission. So yeah, that's pretty nice. But yeah, I just don't think that's the best option for us given our production issues. So let's go and switch these back over here. And I think this is the best option for us currently, is a more lower production cost. We don't have the die brakes yet, so can't put those on here. So yeah, it's a very simple design here, guys. And so let's go ahead and again, we'll eventually improve those. Let's go ahead and decommission all these older models and then get the Leo replacing the Vassal. All right, so looking pretty good there, guys. We're going to also pull back on the infantry equipment now that I've seen that we're so stacked up there, and that's not really what's causing us the issue. We should probably invest in other things. As far as trains go, we're all right. I don't think we'll need them for a little while. So probably should just focus on what we have here. Though we do need to get one more plane. I think we'll go ahead and get the naval bombers designed. These naval bombers are going to have a very simple design, just basically the torpedoes. That's it. That's all we're going to give them. Try and keep production costs down, and they'll have that high max speed and agility, which helps when bombers are being attacked, trying to avoid some of the attacks, so not as many of them get shot down. So we won't give them any air defense other than what they have here, or any air attack or anything like that. They're going to really just focus on being fast and agile, to do the little bombing runs against the ships and then get out of there. So let's go and save that. I don't have a name for them. There's a lot of different emperors I still know that we could make use of. I was trying to think of one that is somehow associated with, like naval battles or something like that. And I couldn't think of one. I might Google it after I record this episode, unless you guys happen to know any emperors that would be good for a naval bomber specifically. So I'll leave that open for now, and if you guys come up with a suggestion, we'll use that next episode. If not, then I'll just find something for us to utilize. Let's go and save that, and we're going to go and get those building. And I did forget with the Leos. I believe we did this with, let me just double check here. Yeah, we did do this with these. We got the light machine gun defense turret, and we need to give them some type of attack, so I did forget about that. Or I wanted to anyways. You don't have to, and keep production costs lower, but we're going to. I think we're going to do this one. Give them a little bit of attack, just in case we don't have anybody escorting them. They can defend themselves, shoot down some enemy planes here. So unfortunately, that did change the name, even though we haven't built any of these. So what we need to do is take this out of here, and then make the adjustment. Oops, my bad, guys. There we go. So we'll go ahead and save that, and then we'll get them building again. That does mean they lost that efficiency, but it is what it is. Also, we should probably take a factory. We'll take the factory from the fighters, so they'll go into the Leos now and start building those. We do have a lot of infantry equipment we can pull from. Actually, I didn't do that yet, so let's go ahead and do that. And we'll want to put these into planes, though we don't want to run out of rubber. So let me just take a look and see how much we have. We have no excess rubber. Okay, so that's all we'll be able to do. I don't want to have to trade for any more rubber or take an efficiency penalty. Instead, we'll just build what we need the most, which is the support equipment, though we do have a little bit now. Let's go ahead and put another factory into that, as well as into the artillery. So I hope we can take this damn decision here. We have the political power, we just don't have the support equipment currently. And so let me just take a look, see how much exactly we need. 250. Now we did get the backbone of the army. That's that research bonus for land doctrine, which we'll go into capitalize on now. Also, we're getting more manpower, though of course with that one decision, we are now looking fantastic on manpower. Though I do wish we had a lot more, considering the fact that we've already changed up our conscription laws. But yeah, that's going to help us out tremendously. This may be surprising, but I think we're going to go ahead and get make our choice here and get our naval focus next. So this one, I'm not entirely sure what it does. It says you can align yourself with either Britain or Germany to rebuild some of your old heavy ships. So that's interesting, but do we want a bunch of old heavy ships? I'd prefer to just build new ones if that's what we're going to do. So we're going to do the modern navy to get the research bonuses for the destroyers and the submarines. Also gives you the cruiser submarine hull. Though it might be a bit too late for that. Yeah, where it won't be as useful as it is when you get it in the early game. So probably just go with the next submarine model. But yeah, I think that's the better option for us. So that's what we're going to do. I'd like to get these submarine research bonuses. Because again, we're still going to have a very much submarine-focused fleet. We could be training up any ships that aren't fully trained. We have the oil now. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll get all the ships that need training. We'll get them training up. Just until they're fully trained. And then we'll see where we're sitting on naval experience. We're going to want to continue training at least some capacity so we can move through our naval doctrines. All right, so we'll do that. Now that we have manpower, we can also get our planes out there. So I've already got these ones training, but there's more air wings we could build. But I wasn't able to do it because we didn't have any manpower. So let's go and get, we'll just put all these out there. And then we'll want to put them all in normal operations and have them all train until they no longer need to do so. All right, excellent. So let's also make those adjustments to the divisions, and then we'll get these guys trained up. So we want to get the logistic companies in both of these. Though I am tempted to leave this one open and do anti-air instead, because eventually we're going to want anti-air. You know what, let's leave that one open. We'll only change our regular infantry. And then here we're going to want to get the MPs as soon as we have them available. And I think we're going to go ahead and get rid of this cab unit. Go and just switch them over to the regular infantry. All right, so we'll want to get these guys all training up. And then let's train a few more divisions, because we do have the equipment, though. That's right, we forgot we do have to wait. Yeah, I forgot that we were waiting to get that support equipment built up, so that's a shame, because yeah, I changed that cav unit, so he's going to require more support equipment, and now we're further in the negative. Yeah, that's a real bummer. So we should really get our factories focused on this, man, because yeah, we need to get this issue sorted, because I want to get that turned into a core, and I want to build units, and yeah, we're waiting to build units. We can't get that last land doctrine. All right, fantastic. But yeah, we're waiting to get that, to build any troops or do anything with support equipment until after we get that one decision taken. So yeah, we have to get this done. But we'll hopefully deplete this shortage quickly. Yeah, it looks like we're doing so. Okay, so Spanish Empire is now in a faction. Is it their own faction? No, they're in a faction with Poland. Well, what's most interesting about that is I think Poland was in the Central Powers briefly. So basically, if the Central Powers attack Poland, now that they left the faction, which they might do, which I'm not entirely sure why they even left the faction. But what I do see here is that Poland is willing to let us join their faction. So will the Germans. So if we wanted to, we could join the German faction. Can't join the Allies. Well, yeah, that's interesting. I think we might just stay independent, though. We need to get more military factories. Let's put this into infantry equipment, and then we'll wanna build more planes up. But yeah, I just don't want to have to trade for more rubber yet. But we do have a lot of civilian factories now. Also, I suppose we can get our operative assigned somewhere. Not really much he can do here, and we could also start making our way through the upgrades. So I suppose it would make sense to do this in Italy. Or maybe even do it over here in Italian Albania. Yeah, we'll do it that way. We do have another naval doctrine we can get. Let's just go and continue with the submarine-focused ones, since, majority of our fleet is composed of submarines, of course. Put those in there so they get trained up. So let's go ahead and start working on these upgrades now. We'll start with the cryptology department. But yeah, I'm almost thinking just creating our own faction, maybe staying independent. But I don't want to have to fight the Central Powers and the Allies, so that's something to consider as well. Because Austria-Hungary is going to want to conquer Romania, more than likely. They're going to take this territory from us eventually. We have like claims there and stuff, so that could cause some problems. We don't want them to attack us. I don't know that we're going to get the medium airframe right now, guys. Yeah, let's just focus on building what we currently have, just kind of fixing our issues, which means that we're done with all these techs for now. You could do the engines next. Get those engines 3, so you have the more efficient engines. I think we're all right for now. I think we're going to work on other stuff. So let's go ahead and get the anti-air. We're going to need all the assistance that our Air Force can get. So we'll get that started. We should probably set the factories up as well, so we don't have to keep on popping in here. We clearly will have to trade for more rubber, so let's go ahead and put more factories into these, and then just go ahead and wait until this gets, I don't know, maybe -3 or something like that, and then we'll trade for it. A small efficiency penalty isn't that big of an issue. All right, so we got the modern navy. That's probably all we're going to be doing for the naval ones for right now. We'll get those other ones a little bit later. Not too worried about it. Same thing with the air and land ones. I think we'll continue with those a bit later. I think I want to finish up this branch here. There's also this branch right here, unlock investment schemes. So I'm not sure what those investment schemes are. Yeah, this one here you can only do if you haven't taken that one focus that gets rid of that national spirit. So that's interesting. But yeah, I think we're gonna, and that's this one right here, by the way. Yeah, I think we're gonna continue on the focuses here, because you got some good stuff we can get here. So with this one, you're gonna get more recruitable population, more stability, and more war support. And of course, that'll allow you to come down here and get that last research slot and create factions. So we probably should prioritize that. I didn't realize that we hadn't got that yet. That's my bad, guys. And then we can get this one here, and then we'll get the last one. Yeah, my bad. I forgot all about our 5th research slot. Got so consumed in that conflict there. Well, we didn't need to keep that up, by the way. That was that cruiser submarines, which we're actually going to go ahead and just research the next submarine model and build that. So we did form our cryptology department. Let's go ahead and work on these bonuses first, the decryption power. We will probably work on Italy. Again, I think that they'll likely be our next enemy. The Allies. We just have more borders with them. And we could probably take over all this without too much resistance. Canada just joined the Allies, or specifically Unitary Canada. Well, that's interesting. So they didn't have the Civil War here. Spanish Empire just declared war on Portugal. I thought Portugal was already conquered. Apparently not. They have their colonies still. Okay, so they're going to conquer what's left of Portugal, which is just the colonial territory. Alright, I was thinking they had already taken all that, but apparently not. Okay, so that's what Spain's working on. And, you know, we now know which route they're going when it comes to faction. They have their own faction with Poland. So they will not be joining the Allies or the Central Powers. And there we go. We can finally take this damn decision. And they signed a white peace immediately. Well, that's strange. Okay, yeah, not entirely sure what's going on with Spain and Portugal. They just don't like each other, apparently. But yeah, let's go and take this decision. Does the next one require equipment as well? So it looks like it just requires that you have divisions in specific locations. But you don't need equipment. So now that we've taken that decision, we can start building units. All right, excellent. So let's go ahead and start training up some infantry. We won't be able to do tanks yet. As far as the equipment that we're lacking, yeah, it's artillery and support equipment. We do have infantry equipment, though. Let me see how many we can get. Okay, so we would have a bit of a shortage here. So we'll just do the 12 for right now, since it looks like we're short on the infantry equipment. We can pull back on the support equipment by a little bit, so that we'll get one more going to naval bombers and one more going to infantry equipment. Just kind of moving these around a bit inefficiently, but we can go ahead and also trade for one more factory's worth of rubber, so the planes aren't getting too much of an efficiency penalty there. And looks like that rebellion kicked off. Oh, and Germany just declared war on Britain. Okay, so you have Qing China that just rebelled. Remember, we set them up to do that. And so now the Allies are going to be brought into the conflict because they are fascists. And so they joined the Allies. And so now the Allies are going to be brought into conflict with the Japanese faction. And then when you have Germany declaring war on the British Empire, that means you have essentially 4 factions. You have the Allies, the Central Powers, the Fourth International, and then the Greater East Asian Co-Prosperity Sphere. And they are essentially all at war with each other with 2 exceptions. The Central Powers are not fighting. It's basically the Central Powers. They're not fighting the Japanese faction or the Fourth International. But yeah, other than those 2 conflicts, which have not broke out, but I do expect Germany will go to war with Fourth International. I think the only factions that won't be fighting each other is Japan's faction and the Central Powers. They should probably stay neutral with each other. I assume they would. But outside of that, I think that all the factions, all 4 of the factions will be at war with each other. So then you have a couple questions when it comes to factions. What happens with the Spanish-Poland faction? We don't know. Who's going to declare war on them? Who's going to end up conquering them? And what's going to happen with fascist United States? Which faction are they going to join? Because there's 2 fascist factions currently when you count the Japanese one. So there's Japan's faction, and then of course there's the Allies. Or do they create their own faction? It's hard to say. So still a few things left to develop, but for the most part we've kind of seen how this is going to look overall. Now of course we need to... Oh yeah, well that's interesting. I didn't think about the fact that, yeah, they're going to conquer all Italian Yugoslavia. If they take all that territory from Italy, then it'd make more sense to go to war with the Central Powers. In fact, we should probably attack the Allies now to take advantage of this conflict. Yeah, it would make sense for us to go ahead and do that. Let me see what we can spend this political power on. So we're not just sitting on it. I'm just wondering what the unintended consequences of here are going to be. Because yeah, I'd like to get rid of that penalty that we're currently taking. So with everything done here, we should start spending our political power to improve our officers. Because I can guarantee we got some citations from all that conflict. Yeah, we got a couple citations. So let's go ahead and grant some citations out. So our choices are the Medal for Bravery, increasing division organization, the Military Merit Cross, increasing attack, Order of the Brave, which increases reconnaissance and armor, so pretty much useless for our infantry for the most part, or the Cross of Heroism, which increases breakthrough. Okay. So probably just going to rotate these three. Just do a little bit of each of them. That was kind of dumb. Oh, he actually has a couple, doesn't he? Okay. So yeah, we'll give him a couple different bonuses. We'll give him all the bonuses. He gets all the medals. So I prefer doing these last, since they do cost a lot of political power for basically just a bonus that one unit is currently getting. Oh, that's it. That's all we got. So I try and get everything else that I need done finished first. Now, there is one thing we haven't done. We still have a military high command. Now, we could just appoint some random person that gives us... Oh, you know what? Because the communists are loyal, we can actually get the army regrouping. So I guess that's what we'll do with our next batch of political power. I didn't think about that fact. There might be some characters open up over here as well. But yeah, I don't know if they're actually better than what we currently have. As long as we need to take up fascist support, it's probably in our best interest to keep him. But yeah, we could kind of look around, see if there's anything available due to the fact that the communists are now, in our favor. Let me just see here. Where'd that mechanic go? They just disappear because nobody's against us? Well, that's interesting. Yeah, it's not even on here anymore. Though you're clearly still getting the bonuses from it, as you can see. So basically, it's only available for you to look at if you actually have somebody against you. I see. And so stability is sitting at 99% here. And then we're also getting those nice manpower bonuses as well, due to everybody being either friendly or loyal with us. So yeah, I think we should go to war with the Allies, guys. Take advantage of them being in this conflict. They won't really be able to concentrate on us. So as far as who we should go after, probably Italy, because we have the... Although we don't have any political power, so we're going to have to wait. But yeah, they have territory we have claims on. We did get that rubber processing. So we should probably build some more of those before we actually... I think we only have one refinery. So I think we should build some more of those before we go any further on the tech. And we are in 1941, so it makes sense to go ahead and get these industrial techs. We'll get the Concentrated Industry 4. Start working on those. But yeah, we could start building those. Yeah, we're currently using our factories for repair, which is obviously not the best use of them. We also need more civilian factories, though, guys. So let's go ahead and do... We're still working on over here, so we're going to want to put it in territory that we get the nice research bonus, and we have cores in, which this should all be core territory now. Yeah, it just took a while for it to update on here. But obviously it was all core territory. We knew that because of all the benefits we were getting from it. But yeah, let's go and get a couple more civilian factories. And I think we're just building this 100% location. So get 2 more of those, and then we'll get more military factories and some refineries. So we don't really need the fuel, but we will need the rubber here. So let's get a refinery, and then we'll do another military factory over here as well. All right, excellent. So we might have, I don't know how much political power we need. It said we didn't need much. Seems like you need more than 5. We'll take a look at it, see exactly how much we need in order to justify a war goal against them. We do have the core states, so that's the reason why you only need the 2. Okay, so that would only take 10 days. Excellent, so we can declare war on them almost immediately. Now, our fleet is likely going to need to stay in port. We might be able to put, I don't know. With the Italians and the British, I don't see how we would be able to put our ships out there. Maybe. If it's just submarines, we could see how they do. Maybe we lose a few. But obviously the British and the Italians are going to be controlling the seas, since they have the two largest fleets in Europe at the moment, and America and Japan. You know, they're not in this area. America's not even in the conflict yet. All right, so we already have all our troops up on these fronts. There is going to be a little bit of resistance here, but for the most part, they are undefended. Let's actually focus our troops on pushing forward here, because yeah, this will be irrelevant once you get down to this area. They can't even get troops over there. I did forget over here, so we're going to need some units to take that. Maybe just one, because I don't think it's defended. So maybe one of these guys, or how many do we have over here? We got 6, so let's actually take this guy and have him come over here. Let's give him a fallback line right there. And he should be able to take both of those. If nobody's over here to defend it, then yeah, it won't be necessary to put a bunch of troops over there. And then I think the fleet is good to go for now. We're going to go ahead and keep these ones training for a couple more days, but eventually want to put those back in port. And I think we're ready. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else we need to do. We got these guys training up. I suppose you can move these so you get those bonuses. Move them over here. So let's get these fighters coming here. These fighters would probably move. We'll probably keep them training for right now. But then you got these fighters as well. Trying to think where we'd want these. I guess we don't know where the enemy's going to be. But let's move these over here for now. Close air support over to here. And then the naval bombers, we'll want to put them out there to help our fleet. Alright, so I think we're just waiting to get this war goal, which we'll have on the 10th of January. So it shouldn't take very long, and then we'll invade their territory and see what we can get a hold of while they're distracted with other conflicts. Getting that military police is going to be helpful. We're going to want to put that in place immediately, actually. And I suppose we can continue getting these, because we haven't got any of the 1939 ones besides the engineer company and the field hospitals. So should probably do the military police. When you're playing as a minor power, that's one thing I find you have a lot of difficulty with, is garrisoning the territory that you take. You run into quite a few issues with that. But let's go ahead and get this switched over to the military police. And it won't require any more manpower, any more equipment or anything like that, which should reduce the amount of equipment and manpower that we need for our garrisons. So pretty helpful. So here in just a few days, we'll be ready for the conflict, and they are starting to move troops down here since we're getting that war goal. Let's go ahead and stop the ships from training. So we'll stop all these guys. And then we'll want to create some more task force here. Have them, give them their icon, all that kind of good stuff. Did we get the new submarines researching? We didn't, so we still have to research those. All right, so just a couple days, and then we'll have the war goal. All right, so let's turn this down and start up the war against the Italians. I wasn't expecting to go to war this quickly, but I want to take advantage of the situation. So could, of course, join the Central Powers and then eventually leave them if we wanted to. Oh, they haven't been pulled in yet. So we're only going to be able to attack Italian territory for right now. So let's go and push into Italian-held Albania. Actually, we're going to go up this way. Have this guy go up this way, so you still have somebody here for that province. And this is Britain, so we won't be able to invade their territory yet either. And we can take that Hellenic Academy battle plan decision, so let's go and do that. Get a nice bonus there. But yeah, I can't push forward here at all. And this got messed up. Damn it. Just need to change that up. So then move back over to here. And so let's go and also put the ships out there. Alright, so we're going to allow all these to do the convoy raiding, but we're not going to go over here. I don't even know if we want to be here. I would like to stop them from doing the... Well, you know what? Let's actually go here. These are just submarines. So let's just see what happens. If we start losing submarines, we can always pull them out. And with these guys, we are going to have them do the strike force, but only in the Aegean Sea, where we're going to provide naval bomber support. So let's go ahead and get those naval bombers out there now. And we do need to conquer this here. So they'll go ahead and grab that territory for us, those 2 islands. Alright, so I think we're good to go when it comes to the fleet. So let's get the planes out there. We'll put them in the Western Balkans. And we will have them do air superiority and close air support for now. Largely because they have other areas they're fighting. We'll do the more ground crews as well. And obviously the Central Powers will have their planes here that they have to contend with. And then let's go ahead and get these fighters over here. Doing air superiority as well. And let's see what we got still remaining here. So we're going to let them build up a bit. We'll let them train and all that kind of good stuff. I think this is probably fine for now. Alright. So we're back at war. This time with the Allies. So Britain has now been pulled in. So let's go ahead and start our invasion of Syria. Get all this territory conquered. Just push down the coast and the rails there. All these guys come over this way. And yeah, they're going over there. Excellent. Let me see, he's going that way, so we want to go up along here. And then this guy, I'm actually going to have him come over here and also push up along the coast. So we're being offered several diplomatic proposal, non-aggression pact from the French Empire, and an invite to the faction, the Central Powers. And we're actually going to decline both of these for now, because I'm not sure exactly how this is going to go down. And there's not really any advantage to us joining the Central Powers besides them not being able to attack us. And I think we're going to wait before we join any factions. Because, yeah, they're going to be an enemy. They've got territory here, whatever they take, that we want control of. So I was thinking we could just avoid conflict with the Central Powers. We're still not at war with them, unfortunately, yet. But yeah, I was thinking we could just avoid conflict with the Central Powers. But now I'm not so sure due to Bulgaria, which, you know, I should have expected them to join. We are engaging one Italian troop convoy, maybe coming over here to garrison these islands. Okay, well, that's interesting. Alright, more... Nope, these are freight convoys. Okay, troop convoys there. That's a British one. So we're already helping out with the war effort in the seas. And we did lose that. Okay, I thought we would. I wasn't sure. I wasn't entirely sure how that worked, but I was kind of worried about that we would lose the bonus there. So now, we don't really have much of a choice here, do we? Yeah, aren't all of them requiring something that we can't do? Yeah, basically, you have 2 choices. And that's the only ones we can go with. Is the artillery designer for artillery research speed or the motorized equipment designer. So that's a bummer. I mean, it's just a research bonus change. As far as which one we go for, this would probably be the most beneficial, but we only get to keep that as long as we stay at peace with Germany. So that's going to be 120 political power. And what are these guys doing here? Let's stop all the training, stop the madness here. You guys come on over to this front. Get rid of that. The fronts are getting all kind of messed up because of the different faction situation here. Okay. So we sunk one British convoy there. Remember, we want to keep an eye on our ships. We sunk an Italian convoy there because the British and Italians will control the sea. So, you know, if they start sinking our submarines, then might want to pull them out. And Italian East Africa has joined the conflict. Okay. Alright, so we're going to try and get control of all of Albania. And it's a bummer they haven't pulled in Yugoslavia yet. Because, yeah, I'd like to get control of that territory. And the Germans want a non-aggression pact. I think we're going to decline that for now. If we're to get a non-aggression pact with anybody, it would be with Austria-Hungary. They're the ones most likely to attack us. But at this point, yeah, I feel like the Allies are likely to get pushed off the continent, you'd expect. Yeah, if I had to guess, that's what will end up going down there. We're engaging some troop convoys here, but they do have escorts. Let's see how our submarines do. But yeah, exciting time here. We're back at war. And there's Italian Yugoslavia, so that's what we're waiting for. Sunk 2 more convoys there, excellent. And also sunk an Italian convoy there. So let's go and invade their territory now. And we're going to try and get here first. And let's just go into that unoccupied location. And then over here, we're going to push forward this way. We just need more troops coming over here. We could easily win here, though, so I guess we'll go ahead and do so. It's kind of a bit of a race at the moment to get control of as much territory as possible. So cutting off troops is not really going to be the priority. Obviously, we will want to do that. But the priority, of course, is going to be... And we still doing this over here? Yeah, we got all that conquered. Excellent. So let's go and take these guys and now have them come back over to this front. But yeah, the priority, of course, is going to be just taking the territory. So we're getting that taken. Excellent. Let's go and push forward here. And hopefully the British don't send too many troops over there. We did lose one of our submarines. Okay, so that's the first submarine we've lost. Again, we got to keep our eye on that. And also, we've gotten a military factory. Let me just take a look how we're doing on equipment. So we're pretty short on most things. Even the infantry equipment, it's not a lot that we currently have there. So let's go ahead and do more artillery here. All right. Let's go ahead and make sure that we're continuing to push forward. And yeah, they are starting to send some troops over to this front. Japan wants a non-aggression pact. We will accept that because I don't have any beef with Japan. Our empire is going to be over here, not in Asia. So lots of convoys that are submarines are engaging throughout here. We have to keep our eye out for naval invasions as well. We know the British love their naval invasions. We'll try and cut off these troops here. Let me see, did we get across? We did. All right, excellent. Unfortunately, that got taken by Austria-Hungary. So let's move all our troops over to here. See what we did here in the Mediterranean. We sunk another British convoy. Alright, so these are a combination of freight and troop convoys. We did lose another submarine there. Okay, so we are starting to lose some submarines. Given 2 is not much. It's not a serious issue yet. We're still winning here, but yeah, we're starting to have some difficulty now. So is this a... Yeah, it's a matter of not having this connected just yet. So we got to wait 5 days, and then that should, fix the supply issues that we're currently facing here. So we're going to take this, and let me just see who's over here. So this guy can stay over here. So let's have him come over this way. But the rest of these we're going to want on this front. We only need 1 division there. And so once he takes this, we're going to make sure that he doesn't move over that way. Have him stay here. Alright, so we got 5 divisions on this front, 1 over here. This guy will just kind of wrap this up for us. Get all this conquered real quick. Alright, so that's probably going to have to be the end of today's episode, guys. We can make sure we got all our units moving and stuff. But yeah, we are advancing into their territory. So take this. Then go here. And we want to get as much war score as we possibly can, so taking like Belgrade here would be really useful. So we should probably go and attack there now. And we could maybe get this one back. It looks like they lost it temporarily. Let's actually pull this unit back here. Alright, so we'll see if we can't get there first. Probably not, because they're already attacking there, but we'll try. See if we can't make it happen. So yeah, I'm pushing forward across all fronts. They have brought troops. The British have brought troops over here to stop our advance there, but we did conquer the majority of Syria. So So we'll have to see how far we can get. It just depends on how many troops the British send over here. There's so many other fronts for them to fight on. It's hard to say exactly how much they're going to focus on this. But I'm really hoping we can get into Egypt. We'll have to see. And then from there, all Africa's open to us. Though what we'll probably end up doing is kind of setting up a defensive situation here. I just don't want to go into the mess of pushing down into East Africa. And yeah, there could be a lot of troops in here because you got both the British and the Italians here trying to protect their interests. So you'd probably just set up like a defensive situation at the narrowest location here, which would probably be actually up here somewhere, while the rest of the army moves through North Africa, because that's the territory we actually want, and ones that we can get like cores on and stuff. So yeah, that's the direction we want to go with this army. Of course, we'll see if we can even do that. We do not have a lot of troops at this moment, guys. We still got this guy coming on over here from there. But yeah, we only have 20 divisions. That's all we got. Now, a lot are currently training. And this is 12 more divisions. But it's going to be a little while before we can actually get those out there. I'm wondering if we could get any mountain troops training. Let's go and deploy these and see. No. Unfortunately, we do not have the Special Forces cap. Alright, so just go and put these guys into a training army and let them train up a bit. Obviously, we don't want to put them out there when they're green. They wouldn't do very well if we did. So yeah, we'll just let them train up here in Athens. And just use the 20 divisions that we currently have, which should be enough to get control of a good chunk of Yugoslavia here, since they are currently engaged so much on this front. And then after that, we'll obviously need to protect against naval invasions. So that could become a threat from either the British or the Italians, so you have to keep that in mind. But we'll want to send more troops over to here to try and get the Africa situation dealt with. Let me just take a look, see how we're doing in the skies. Looks like we are contending here. Despite the huge number of planes, you know, obviously we have all the support from the Central Powers. So we're just kind of playing a small little role here. It might be better sending them over here. But I think us having planes there will get us bonuses. So yeah, we're getting the air support bonus and the enemy air superiority. And I don't know if we'd get that if we didn't have our own planes here. So that's something to consider. Might want to keep both of those over there. And these guys need a closer airbase. So let's go ahead and move them over here. And then what we can do is move that one close air support. Or maybe move both of these over here, actually. So they can help us out. And that'll help out a little bit. So we'll have better control of the skies there. At least be able to contend better, I should say. So we'll move those over to there. Take a look at the fleet situation. So yeah, we lost, I think it was 2 submarines we lost so far, and one of those was one of these really old ones that we had gotten from another country. So yeah, not really that big of a problem. I think we only lost 1 of our attack subs so far. So we're going to take a look at the casualties, see how we've done. Obviously the war has not been going on very long. It's been a little over a week. It's been 8 days. I think we started it as soon as we got the war goal, which was January 10th. Maybe it was the 11th. Point is, it's been about a week. So have not been involved in it very long. There's so many other countries involved here. We're down here at the bottom. We've already got 4% of the total war participation. That's not bad for having just started here. And that was largely from the occupation. Land combat damage has helped as well, and we destroyed so many planes. And then our casualties are 427. Just take a look and see how much we've done. We might not even be on here. Yeah, 5.3 thousand to the Italians already. Not bad. The British, we have killed 4.1 thousand. So yeah, not bad for the low number of casualties we've currently taken. But yeah, exciting stuff. I'm looking forward to the next episode. Hope you did enjoy this one. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. Do hope to see you on the next one. And thanks for watching.